What if Drew Brees had signed with the Miami Dolphins? Well, that's what we're going to try to find out in today's video here. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and to another realistic rebuild. We're going to put Drew Brees on the Dolphins. He was one of the two places he was going to go back in the 2006 offseason. Of course, he went to the Saints, and the rest is history. You know, they won a Super Bowl. They had, some great success over the next 15 or so years, and now just about a week or so ago, retiring from the NFL at the age of 41. How would things have gone differently for the Miami Dolphins if they had signed him instead of Dante Culpepper? And how would things gone for the Saints? Just to make things easy, I just, made the Saints sign Dante Culpepper. Let's just say Drew Brees goes with Nick Saban's Dolphins. Well, the Saints still need someone to play quarterback, so they're going to sign Dante Culpepper here. He's currently an 86 overall. We'll have to see how he turns out for them. Looking at the team we're putting around Drew Brees, at least in year one, Ronnie Brown, he's a star running back going into his second season. They got one of the best fullbacks in the league, Chris Chambers. He's a nice wide receiver at an 81. They got Marty Booker, Derek Hogan, a rookie. They have Cliff Russell, and then last but not least, Wes Welker, although this is before he went on to be a big name with the Patriots. Randy McMichael in a contract year looks to be a pretty good tight end. They got a couple solid left tackles there. Center isn't great, though. Looks to be a decent offensive line. They got Carter on one side and, of course, a Jason Taylor on the other. Holiday in the middle there with Keith Taylor. Looking at the left outside linebackers, you get Newman, Zach Thomas, of course, great linebacker, Crowder, and then the secondary, you got Will Allen, and then the rest of the corners seem to be kind of lacking. They have a couple strong safeties here, including one they took in the first round, a rookie there. They got Tillman at strong safety, Orlando Mari as their kicker, and Donnie Jones, their punter. And one thing I should mention, if you watch my Albuquerque Vipers series, you'll probably know this, but I do mess with the ratings a little bit in this game. So, I don't think Drew Brees was originally 92. I could be wrong, but, one of the best examples I have of this is with the Green Bay Packers. Favre is normally an 88. Rodgers is a 79 overall in this game. I made their overalls be higher just to add more realism, with hindsight, and we know Brett Favre almost won an MVP in 2009 with the Vikings, so we know he still had it in him. And then, of course, we all know Aaron Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks ever, and not in this game. So I do stuff like that with these. So this isn't quite like the base rosters when it comes to the overall. But yeah. That's just a little disclaimer, I guess, or something. All the rosters, you made it easier for yourself or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's what we're looking at here in year one with the Dolphins. We got some nice players. Can Drew Brees help them put it together? Let's get into simming. Well, things in year one didn't quite go as planned for the Drew Brees-led Dolphins. It looks like we lost a lot of close games. We started off against Pittsburgh, defending champions, lost by 3. Then we beat the Bills, and then we went on a big old losing streak to the Titans, Texans, Patriots, and Jets before getting back to our winning ways against Green Bay, a bye, then the Bears, then the Chiefs, then the Vikings, so a winning streak before losing to the Lions of all teams. Then back to our winning ways with the Jaguars, a loss to the Patriots, a loss to the Bills. We got annihilated there. Then we beat the Jets and finished us this season with a 35-21 loss to the Colts. Things did not go well for the Saints either. A 3-13 record. They only beat the Falcons before going on a huge losing streak. They finished out the season with a 2-game winning streak against the Giants and Panthers, but man, they really missed Drew Brees. All right, year one for Drew Brees. He is a Pro Bowler, actually. 21 touchdowns to 17 interceptions. Not a great touchdown-interception ratio. A good completion percentage, which Drew Brees is very much well known for. He even had himself a fourth-quarter comeback. Ronnie Brown played spectacular in his second season. I'm not sure what went wrong for us. Randy McMichael, Pro Bowler. Same with Ronnie Brown. Chris Chambers looks like he did suffer an injury, but he had over 500 yards there. The offensive line, I guess they could have played better, but they weren't necessarily bad. We did deal with some injuries, and we even had to sign a center in mid-season because all of our other centers got hurt. Keith Newman, 108 tackles. He is also headed to the Pro Bowl. We only got a couple of tackles for loss. Taylor and Newman had 10 sacks each, so our defense did a good job getting to the quarterback. Not a ton of interceptions, though. And let's see, kicking Orlando Mare, he was just fine. Punting seemed to be good. Wes Welker even had a kick return to the house. It seems like the pieces are there, but I guess we're just not clutch in the moment or something. I don't know. Oh, but things did not go well for Dante Culpepper's Saints. 10 touchdowns to 13 interceptions, and he played basically the whole season, too. That's an entire season's worth of stats. Man, that is like some Cam Newton with the Patriots type stuff. Deuce McAllister looks like he even got the starting gig over Reggie Bush. We all know how good Reggie Bush is in the Vipers franchise, so it's kind of odd to see he's not starting there. They didn't even have a receiver over 500 yards. I mean, Joe Horn was close before he suffered a season-ending injury. Simmons, he had a bunch of tackles for them. But Saints definitely missing Drew Brees in Season 1. And your Super Bowl 41 champions are going to be the Philadelphia Eagles over the Chargers. Not that it really matters, but I always kind of just like looking at what happens in the Super Bowl. The only game I guess I really care about outside of any, I guess, Dolphins or Chargers games in this video. But yeah, I just always like seeing who wins the Super Bowl. Now it's time to get to the real meat here, get into the offseason and build this team around Drew Brees. Okay, roster management here. There's not a lot to do, but Joey Harrington, he's the backup quarterback, and he's making a decent amount of money for doing that and, you know, for being Joey Harrington. So we are going to release him. All right, to the re-signing part of things now. We're going to start off by bringing back our fullback, Sammy Morris. He was pretty solid for us this past season. Keith Newman led us in tackles and went to the Pro Bowl. We're going to bringing him back. Vonnie Holiday was a good force in the middle of our defensive line. 31 years old, we're going to be giving them this 2-year deal. Randy McMichael is one of the best pass catchers on the team, so we're going to be keeping him around. Here's a throwback for any of you guys who watched the Madden 12 Broncos franchise. You may remember Jeremiah Bell, free safety. We're going to bring him back. You know what? We're going to bring Wes Welker back. He seems to be a pretty solid kick and punt return man. And that will do it for the re-signing period. We have a good handful of players here that are not going to be on the team anymore. A lot of them are just there for depth, but some of the guys like Cooper, he was just 1 year with the Dolphins. We're letting him walk. We're also letting Beasley walk here, our fullback. He's a 95. But I figured I'm going to pay the cheaper option there at fullback and let Beasley walk. All right, looking at our first class of free agents, we got everyone that we went after, starting with Jeff Saturday, one of the top free agents, getting Drew Brees a really good offensive line. That's a good start there. Josh Bidwell at punter. He's pretty good, and we don't have to worry about that anymore, or we shouldn't have to. We got Terrence Keel at strong safety. Still might draft one, but he seems to be solid. He could probably start for us at an 83. We signed Brandley Stokely. He can be our slot receiver. And then finally, we got a backup for Drew in Tim Rattay. Our first draft class was actually a pretty good one. We had the 10th overall pick. For starters, we got strong safety CJ Wells, who right out of the gate is an 88 overall, 92 speed. Really an amazing draft pick here. Great acceleration. He has pretty good catching for a defensive back. Holy cow, that's a great selection in the first round. In the second round, we went with secondary again with Reuben White, an 81 overall corner. He has 98 speed. His awareness is a little bit low. That needs to get better. In the third round, we got Joey Cannon, who seems to be pretty good outside of his catching, which is the same as CJ Wells catching. Then we got J.R. Thomas in the fourth round. He seems to be a pretty good backup for Zach Thomas. He's 78 overall. Mark Mann at right guard. Later in the draft, we also got another offensive lineman there. And then we wrapped it up with a quarterback. The second wave of free agency has come and gone, and we got ourselves a right guard who made the Pro Bowl last year in Brad Bandinger. Then we got a running back in Deuce Staley and another one in Derek Blaylock. Okay, Kevin Carter, he's a defensive end. He's 33 years old, and he's one of the highest paid players on our team. He's just going to keep declining. We owe him a lot of money and whatnot. So we're basically out of cap space at this point and still need to sign some guys for depth. So we are going to be letting him go. All right, here's our roster going into year 2 with Drew Brees. Of course, he's going to be the quarterback. Ronnie Brown is still going to be the running back. Looks like our fullback got hurt in the preseason. Chris Chambers is our number 1 wide receiver. We got Marty Booker, and then Stokely in the slot. Then McCannon, Hagan, and Welker. Tight end, still Randy McMichael. We got a solid left tackle there. James looks to be a good guard. Then you got Jeff Saturday, one of the best centers in the league. Right guard definitely leaves something to be desired at the moment, at least looking at the overall. Right tackle looks to be solid. Left end, also not great. The other side, though, Jason Taylor, that is pretty great. We got some solid defensive tackles. Keith Newman, 82 overall outside linebacker. Zach Thomas got hurt. That means J.R. Thomas is going to have to be playing at the beginning of the season now. Crowder at outside linebacker still. Will Allen at corner number 1, but then we got the rookie Reuben White and then also Hill. Then we got Jason Allen at free safety, CJ Wells at strong safety, still got Mare, and then we also have Josh Bidwell punting. End of year 2, and this year was much more successful than the last, going 12-4 and nabbing ourselves the 1 seed in the AFC. Our only losses were against the Philadelphia Eagles before we won a handful of more games. We lost to a bad Cowboys team by 10. We lost to the Jets, and then we lost to the Giants. So New York teams give us back-to-back losses, but then we haven't lost since then after beating the Ohio teams. Meanwhile, the Saints really still do miss Drew Brees. They started off with a win before losing, 5, 6, 7 straight, something crazy like that. They did win some games at the end of the season. Well, not the last 4 games of the season, but they definitely do miss Drew Brees. All right, Drew Brees, 3,218 passing yards, 23 touchdowns, and way less interceptions than a season ago, going to the Pro Bowl yet again. 63% completion percentage is solid. He was sacked 41 times, though. That is a lot. And look at him, Mr. Clutch in the fourth quarter here. 3 fourth-quarter comebacks. 1,600 yards for Ronnie Brown, 12 touchdowns there. We're looking at the receiving. McMichael had the most catches, but the most yards is going to go to Chris Chambers. Look at Marty Booker with his 8 touchdowns there. Stokely in the slot, almost 500 yards for him and 3 touchdowns. Hagan had 200 yards. Our fullback got hurt again, which is just fantastic. Offensive line, they did definitely give up a good handful of sacks. They averaged, 8, 7 per player. Saturday only gave up 6, which is good because he is our best player in terms of overall. 122 yards there for Keith Newman, once again leading us in tackles. Only 4 tackles for a loss, okay, but Jason Taylor had 12 sacks. 9 for Matt Roth, who I was not expecting a lot from. Pope had 5. And then look at CJ Wells, the rookie, with 6 interceptions. You got Jason Allen with 3, Will Allen with 3. How did our rookie corner do? He got himself 1. Did we have any defensive touchdowns? Allen and Thomas each had themselves 1. Orlando Amari, 33 of 40 when it comes to field goal kicking, and he hit all but 1 of his extra points. And kick return, nothing from Welker this season. Looks like he wasn't even starting there. Maybe we should just leave Blaylock at punt return, though. He took 2 of them to the crib this year. And a quick checkup on Dante Culpepper's Saints. Only 2,300 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, 219 interceptions. Just a 56% completion percentage there. Reggie Bush is a starter at running back now, too. This Saints team really... just not very good, and I think a lot of that has to do with the quarterback play. All right, let's jump into some playoff action here, hosting Peyton Manning's Indianapolis Colts. So Peyton Manning's actually not going to be playing in this game. Tim Hasselbeck will be starting, so that's definitely going to give us an advantage. Oh, here's a nice return. Out to the 45. What a way to start off the playoffs. I don't know the last time the Dolphins made the playoffs in this alternate universe where they go out and grab Drew Brees. When was the last time? I really don't know. Nice run by Ronnie Brown. Okay, Brees to throw for the first time today. Dumping off in the flat to Stokely, and he's not going to pick up much. 3rd and 3 early on here for Miami. Brees over the middle. He's got Randy McMichael turning it upfield. Makes a man miss across the 30, the 20-yard line, inside of the red zone, down at the 15. Man, early on, I'm kind of digging this Dolphins playbook actually here. First and 10 after that. Nice pickup. Brees rolling to his right, and he is not Orlando Cross. He cannot run like him, and I've got to trust my offensive line. Here we go. Ronnie Brown breaking this one to the left side. Cuts it back, and he's inside of the 10. Okay, we've got another third down for Miami. Brees takes the snap. Rolling to his right, and off the hands of his receiver. I wasn't sure what I was really doing there either, though. All right, so we knock home a field goal on our opening drive. Now, what can the defense do against Tim Hasselbeck's offense? They're going to start off with a sack. Nice job. I wonder who that was. Was that Jason Taylor? Nope, that was a Newman, one of the better players on defense statistically this past season. And just in case you guys are wondering, I am using my normal slider set that I use for my Madden 07 Vipers franchise. All pro because I hate the vision cone like normal. So same kind of settings there. And another sack by the defense. Let's go. Back-to-back sacks. Come on, defense. Third down and 22. It's a play fake. Hasselbeck, this time he has time and he's nearly picked. That could have been going for 6 the other way. No, muffed. No. Oh. Wow, I really screwed that one up, didn't I? Okay, it's third down after my costly mistake there. Can the defense make up for it? Hasselbeck surveying the field with that tiny vision cone of his, but he has all day. Going for 6, and there's 3 Dolphins to just 1 Colt in the end zone. Under center is Drew Brees. It's a play fake. Just going to dump this off to Michael, and he's going to get tackled out of bounds after picking up 9. Another early third down for Miami. Brees wants to throw, and he's going to be intercepted. I thought I could dump it off to Chris Chambers. No. Defense has got to come up clutch here after another bad mistake by me. That's a nice start to it, breaking up the pass. It's 3rd and 13, and the Colts have negative yardage so far at the 2-minute warning. Hasselbeck wants to throw. Not pressured. Pump fake and stepping up into the pocket. He's got a man open. It's Starvin Marvin inside of the 10. 2nd and goal now. More play fake, and Hasselbeck is sacked. That's Jason Taylor. 3rd and goal now. More play action. Hasselbeck throwing to the left. He's got Reggie Wayne shy of the end zone, and Miami will use a timeout. Okay, can we put together some kind of a 2-minute drill now before halftime and try to recapture this lead? Floated to the right side. Stokely at midfield. What a catch. Okay, looking around. Brees. Oh, he's going to be sacked. I tried throwing it at the last second. 3rd and a mile now. Brees is going to be pressured. Fires downfield. Double man coverage. And broken up. Here's a crucial 3rd down. Sending the corner blitz, but he's got Reggie Wayne. And they're going to use their first timeout. Hasselbeck to throw again. Quickly to the right side. Marvin Harrison inside of the 45. Hasselbeck hasn't made too many mistakes early on in this game. Here's some play action. Open in the flat as Harrison, but he can't stay in bounds. Oh, Booth is going to take a second look at it, though. Oh, they're going to call him in bounds. All right, then. How aggressive are they going to be with only 15 seconds left on the clock, though? Hasselbeck throwing to the right, and he's got Marvin Harrison at the 5. And they're probably just going to end up settling for the field goal now. So at halftime, Drew Brees' Dolphins are going to be down by 3. So far, the Colts have been fine without Peyton Manning. Hasselbeck hasn't made very many big mistakes yet. Here's a nice run by Joseph Adai. Makes a man miss and gets brought down in Miami territory. Big run there to start off the second half now, all the way out to the 45-yard line. It's going to be another run. It's going to be a fake. Hasselbeck sacked for the 4th time today. A nice play made by the defense. That's going to make it 2nd and long. Wide open over the middle. Marvin Harrison turns it upfield, and he might have just had a first down. Nope, they're going to mark him just shy. 3rd and inches, more play action, and it's going to be a sack. It's a user sack. Another one, and that's going to force them to punt. Here's an early 3rd down to start off the second half for Miami. Brees fires for Booker, and that's going to be a 3rd down conversion. Here's another 3rd down we're looking to convert. Brees throws this one for Chambers now, and there's another conversion. 1 quarter of football left. They commit to the run. Brees throws over the middle. Dangerous pass. 4th and 2, and we're keeping the offense on the field. Brees in the flat. He's got Ronnie Brown. Big time 4th down conversion to keep this game alive. Ronnie Brown with a nice run here, picking up about 13 yards. Tack on the face mask. 2 minutes left to go in the game. Brees doesn't really have anyone open. Oh, I had a man open in the flat, but I saw him too late. 3rd and 13, a touchdown will give us the lead. Brees throwing over the middle, too low. I would love to go for the touchdown here, but I'm just going to keep our season alive, kick this field goal, and hopefully we can end up winning in overtime or something like that. Hasselbeck now to throw this time. Over the middle. Picked off. Allen at the 30. The 20-yard line. Stiff arming a man down inside the 15. All right, how about another 3rd down? Over the middle, and Stokely had it, but he got hit hard by, I think that was Bob Sanders. Of course, we are in field goal range. So let's take the late 3-point lead now. 2nd down for Tim Hasselbeck. He's under some pressure. Fires at the last second. Nice catch by Marvin. 3rd down for Indianapolis. If they don't get this, they have to go for it on 4th, but they're not going to have to worry about that. Dallas Clark at midfield. Okay, Indy spikes the clock on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Clark. And they're getting ready to tie this game up, I do think. Actually, are they out of timeouts? No. Dang it, I thought they might be. It's all going to come down to Adam Vinatieri. And who else would you rather have in a playoff game to kick a game-tying field goal? We still have 1 second left on the clock, so if we can get some kind of a big kick return, I mean, it'd have to be the biggest form of a kick return. Have to go all the way, and it's not going to, but there's a face mask. Oh, what a mistake. We aren't in field goal range, though, so we got to get a touchdown. Okay, last play of regulation. Brees going for it all, and it's going to fall incomplete, dang it. Well, it's going to take us to overtime in what's been a game of field goals so far. Indianapolis got the football to start off overtime, but after back-to-back incomplete passes, it's 3rd down and 10. Hasselbeck's going to throw to the left. What a catch by Reggie Wayne. In coverage, too. This is old overtime rules, too, so a field goal wins the game now. It's going to be a play fake. It will be again, and Hasselbeck is sacked for, I think that's the 6th time today. 2nd and 15 now. More play action. Wide open to the left side. No, it's Reggie Wayne at the 40. Hasselbeck throwing to the left, and it's going to be almost picked. Oh, man. We needed that interception. Instead, it's going to be 2nd down. Here's a real run by Adai. And I think that will put them in field goal range. 3rd and 2. Hasselbeck is going to be sacked. Is that going to take them out of field goal range? I'm not sure, but that's a nice sack by Holiday, his 3rd of the night. They were at the 38-yard line, but they chose to punt instead, which means we have a good shot now at winning this game. Brees tries to connect with McMichael, but he can't. 3rd and 8 now in overtime. Brees throws. Chambers can't hold on to it. Okay, their defense got a 3 and out, but our defense has another sack. They cannot protect Hasselbeck at all. 3rd down for Indianapolis. Throwing to the left, Dallas Clark brings it down at the 44. There's going to be a fake spike. Looking to go deep on this play. No! Reggie Wayne inside the 25. Man, you know it's bad when you're trying to count on Adam Vinatieri missing a playoff field goal here in overtime. And he's not going to miss. Disappointing results as the Colts are going to win the battle of field goals here. I thought this might be Drew Brees' year, but I was incorrect about that, I guess. Miami loses 12-9. And the Colts didn't even make it to the Super Bowl. They lost to the Chargers in the AFC title game, who eventually went on to defeat the Falcons in the Super Bowl. All right, going into the year 3 offseason, this might be the last season. I'm either going to do like 3 or 5. These do take quite a long time to record, though, so this might be the year we got to go all in, especially considering the fact that we were the 1 seed in the AFC last year. Expectations are probably sky high going into year 3. Time to re-sign some players, starting with Zach Thomas. Of course, we're going to be keeping him around. Orlando Mare, he's a great kicker, and he just went to the Pro Bowl, and we're going to be keeping him as well. Derek Blaylock played good on the 1-year deal we gave him last year, so we're just going to give him this 3-year deal now. And that is it for re-signing all these guys that you see here. A lot of just depth guys. In fact, they all are. They're just going to be walking. We're getting kind of low when it comes to cap space and whatnot. So we only made 1 signing in free agency, but it was at right guard, which is one of our biggest positions of need. So now that is solved. All right, we've got to free up some cap room before we can sign all of our draft picks. Joey Cannon was the guy we drafted last year, so it seems kind of early to maybe cut him, but he only had 4 catches last season, and he's getting paid a decent, a hefty amount for someone who only had 4 catches. Andre Goodman is another guy who we're going to be cutting to free up some cap room. So this year's draft, it wasn't quite as good as last year's, but last year's was really good. In the first round, we got an outside linebacker, 83 overall in Richie Seymour. Then we got a running back in the second round, late in the second round, who was originally projected to go in the first, 83 overall. Then we got a receiver in the third round, Matt Richardson, he's a 77. Then we got a tight end, a backup, McMichael, K.C. Elliott. Then we got a wide receiver, Daryl McOwen, so another wide out there. Then we got Andy Johnson, a defensive end. And then in the 7th round, we got ourselves a defensive tackle. Second wave of free agency has come and gone now. We tried going after this linebacker Cooper, but we didn't have enough money. We are really close against the cap right now. So instead we signed this UDFA, or at least... he was a UDFA, Jeff Knight, just for some depth at outside linebacker. And then we also got Deshaun Palmer for some depth at center. Here's a look at our roster going into what is likely going to be the final season of today's video. Drew Brees still a 93 overall, Ronnie Brown a 92 overall. We still got the same fullback here. Chris Chambers still our number 1 wide receiver. Then we got Booker and Stokely, very similar wide receiver group to what we've had before. Randy McMichael, great tight end, of course. We got the offensive line mostly together. Well, mostly together. Jeff Saturday suffered a career-ending injury during the preseason. So that is definitely going to, we're taking a pretty big hit here going into year 3. Right guard is good. Right tackle's good. Left end, overall, it doesn't look good, but he had 9 sacks a season ago. Matt Roth did. Jason Taylor, great player, obviously. Got Vonnie Holliday in the middle of the line. Keith Newman and Jeff Knight on the left outside linebacker. Zach Thomas and J.R. Thomas in the middle. Then you got Richie Seymour on the outside. Then you got Will Allen and Reuben White in the secondary, there at least for the corners. And then you got Jason Allen and C.J. Wells. Special teams remains the same. So with the injury to Jeff Saturday, we need someone who's not a 56 overall playing center. So I'm going to be shipping our outside linebacker Crowder to the Steelers. Well, that didn't go the way I thought it would. 8-8 in the final year now. We started off by losing by 2 to the Jets in week 1. Then we lost to a very good Colts team that only lost twice all season. Barely beat a really bad Niners team. Got blown up by the Jets. Then we beat a good Patriots team. Coming off of a bye, we beat a bad Bills team. Beat the Seahawks and then lose to that very same Bills team. We beat a mediocre Chiefs team, lose to the bad Raiders, lose to the Patriots in a close one, defeat the Steelers and the Broncos and the Chargers, who went 14-2, by the way. And then we choked it at the end of the season, losing 24-3 to Arizona and then 38-31 to a mediocre Rams team. Looking at the AFC standings, as you can see here, we were the team on the outside looking in. If we win those last 2 games or beat a bad Bills team, something like that, we very well could have been in. But we kind of squandered our opportunity last season, not scoring any touchdowns. Drew Brees took a step back from last season, no Pro Bowl this year, just under 3,000 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions. Looks like we're getting the Chargers Drew Brees here in Miami. Just over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns for Ronnie Brown, so a little bit of a down year for him. Randy McMichael headed to the Pro Bowl. Chris Chambers had a decent year, same with Stokely. Offensive line, they had their struggles throughout the season, and we had some guys with season-ending injuries, and it doesn't help that Saturday suffered a career-ending injury. 140 tackles for Zach Thomas. We had a handful of tackles for loss. 10 sacks for Jason Taylor. That's been one of the most consistent things we've had going for us this season. And then Jason Allen, 4 interceptions for him, 3 for CJ Wells and Terrell Davis. Orlando Mari had himself another solid season. Josh Bidwell, solid for punting there. Stokely had a kick return for a touchdown, all right, but nothing when it comes to punt returns. The Saints win 8-8 this season. Culpepper's still the quarterback, 2,200 yards, 14 touchdowns to 13 picks. But the Saints haven't made the playoffs whatsoever. It looks like Reggie Bush probably suffered some injuries this past season as well. Stallworth almost had 1,000 yards for them. Their offensive line doesn't look to be too great, but they've hit on some nice draft picks, it looks like. But Drew Brees and the Saints definitely miss each other, I would say. I would say that was a mutually beneficial relationship according to this universe, and it probably was in real life too. You know, Brees helping out the Saints, but at the same time, the Saints helping out Brees. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Only 3 seasons this time. We did 5 with Tim Couch, but these videos just take a very long time to record. Over 3.5 hours at this point. The Tim Couch video took about 4 hours. So I don't want to draw it out any longer than I am currently, I guess. A little bit of a disappointing end to this season with Drew Brees. But yeah, I would really appreciate it if you guys left a like on the video, a comment, subscribed if you're not already, shared it, just because these take a hot second to make, like I said. But yes, if you have stuck around for this long, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, this has been Jeffrey, reminding you to stay moist.